Training mode is like a hyperbolic time chamber that turns the worst to good, the good to great, and the great into legends. So in this video, we'll be teaching y'all how to actually use training mode, especially if you are new to this game, to lab about certain situations. And without wasting any more time, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on the channel if you haven't already, and let's get straight up into it. So we generally have to start with getting the training mode, because I don't know how people don't understand how to get the training mode. So you press triangle, which just play right here, because you know it's not usually over here, but you press triangle, you go to the end, completely to the end, and you press triangle again inside of training mode. You go to left, right, or wherever you want to be at, depending on if you have multiple people that you want to train up with. You pick a character, you pick your team. Now I mean, you pick your fuse, you pick random bots, or maybe you want to do like character specific combos like Teemo, you know, just make sure everything actually hit and everything is more consistent. If it hits on Teemo, everybody else should be more consistent. And then now you are in training mode. Now when it comes to training mode, you have to make sure there's 2 buttons that is equipped. So if you're on training mode, you go to home, you go down, you go to controls right here, then you go to edit controls. Now you see you have light, medium, heavy. I just have my normal controls. That don't mean change the main controls like the tag, the parry, or whatever. Listen to me. So you want to go down right here, you're going to see a few options. You're going to see reset, toggle recording, or toggle playback, right? And I have R3 as break, but I'm going to change this to R3 and I'm going to put back on my special. But you're supposed to have a toggle for recording and playback, so just in case you want to lab some defense or have like the bot do something else so that we can counterplay it and actually learn about it, you have to put it to two separate buttons, so that way it's way easier instead of y'all just doing some random stuff. Now if y'all want to lab like fury combos or whatever, because I know there's a lot of like the situations to where like you have to do like fury combos, they want to see if you're able to just do fury like this. Hold on, let me go to the health. Let me turn this down. So fury combos, you could just put it back on if you're just practicing combos. But if you're not practicing combos, you want the bot to actually do something, make sure you have a record, make sure you have a playback button. So because it's way easier to have those 2. Now for the basic settings, I do want y'all to put on, this right here, display, data display. Now I'm blocking it right here, which is this right here. It shows you the amount of damage you do. It shows whether or not a move is a high, which is like an overhead, if it's a mid, if it's a low, if it's a throw, like etc. Like it shows you everything. It shows you the frame, it shows you the meter that you're getting, it shows if the combo is scaling, the amount of hits the combo actually have, and it shows maximum damage and the damage of your previous combo. So if you hit the maximum damage combo, you just randomly do another combo, as you can see, like it shows the previous damage, and then the max damage, like the max combo that I did. So if you're practicing like TODs and situations like that, that's what data display come into play. Now we also want to turn on the frame meter and turn on meter properties, so that way you can know the properties of certain moves and start understanding certain properties of certain moves. But this frame meter would actually help you with a few things. If you do look right here, like on the right side or wherever it's at on the right side, it shows the startup, the active, the recovery, shows literally everything, and it's color coordinated on the bar, so that way it's a little bit easier for you to understand. It's also on the data display. I'm gonna turn up my camera again, like in terms of frames, but this shows whether or not your move has like just involve something. If you can see, like I have certain hits, it'll show this right here, as you can see, which means that I'm involved. It has like the stripes in the middle, or just the stripes coming down, I'm like involved. So knowing things like that, I mean, it's understandable. It's way understandable. Now if you're practicing combos, make sure I put on this on block settings after first hit. When it comes to this, that means that if the first hit does not jail or does not connect, they would just block, which means that this move does not go into this move on hit. But if I do light, medium, heavy, as you can see, it hit. And some people really don't know that. Some things just don't hit. Some things actually just don't hit. Some things don't gel into each other. Some things don't string together. So having this on will let you know if you're doing a combo wrong, like that. So if I'm doing this, if I'm delaying this, it miss, and if I do it correctly, it hit. So having that turned on is a just insane mechanic. I used to do that a lot in Street Fighter because I was practicing Cammy, and it was my first Street Fighter, so let me rock. I was practicing Cammy because I know a lot of people gonna be like, Cammy, he's a weirdo. Yo, bro, I was just playing Cammy, bro. But doing light spiral arrow, or do spiral arrow with certain distances and ranges, and understanding like what's the range of some of these moves, it actually helped me a lot. Like that whole after first hit mechanic actually helped me a lot. And then put your opponent on crouch, so that way you can know if you hit a combo or if you hit an overhead. It'll let you know. It'll let you know if you hit an overhead. Like that. Because some people be standing and it's not realistic for you to hit somebody all the way up here with the button if they're standing. I mean, unless they're trying to anti you and you just click them first, but this is unrealistic. You want to just make sure they crouch so that way you can jump as low as possible you can, and you get used to timing like the next button after that when you land. So that's pretty much cool. That's amazing to actually have. Now, when it comes to specific situations, right? And when I mean by specific situations, maybe you want to practice somebody rolling, maybe you want to practice somebody waking up with a certain button, or you just want to know certain things. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to reversals. Now, reversals is insane because after wake up, you have different options. After hit, you have different options, and then after block, you also have different options. I'm not sure if they fixed the break after hit. Hopefully they did, but I'm on to show y'all, right? So after wake up, right, a lot of people have to wake up either roll or they do this get up attack, right? I'm sure right here. So I have that right there. Now I'm gonna grab her. Wake up. You see she wakes up with that. Wakes up with that. And what is this on block? It is plus 25, which means that I'm able to run up and do a crazy button, a heavy button. Maybe you want to work on somebody jabbing after a string, or whether or not you want to see if your string is actually jabbable. So what you would do, right? You put the bot to block. Blocks are always. And if you're trying to figure out if you could delay your string, that right there, that be smash, which is insane, right? That be smash. That's kind of wicked. So learning these things and knowing like whether or not you're leaving a gap or whether or not you can't delay like this. See that hits, and what am I? What am I? +1. Be able to go for that, cancel it out, finish the combo, right? So just having things like that, be able to do that. Also on hit, let's see if they did fix it, because I'm not sure if they did fix it. Turn this off, turn it back on, and then after hit they would usually let's break. I'm not sure if they did fix this because this was buggy. Like sometimes it just wasn't working. Yeah, see, it's not working. I don't know why it's not working, but it's literally just not working. And I had this reversal on right here, so at the hit he should be doing something at the hit, but he's literally not doing nothing at the hit. So let's try this. See, that works, but it just the break don't work. The break literally don't work. I don't know why I don't, but it literally don't work. But knowing how to like do that is kind of insane. Then if you want to do like practicing with the rolling mechanic, which you can't do, is you go to basic. My fault, you go to bot. You see the ground tech, they have forward tech and they have back tech, and you have random. So just in case you know you want to learn how to react to a good amount of them, you know you can. Now this is tech to follow up with the wake up, but I forgot it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually forgot it. Now in this game, like other games, I'm not sure what other game don't have this, but in this game, counter hits have different properties to it. It might add a little bit more damage, it might add a little bit more frames, and if you want to figure that out, go to basic and go to counter hit setting. This will let you know. Put on always, also put on always. This will let you know like the changes in between the move. Like this is -1 on hit, but now I mean it's negative, yeah, -1 on hit usually, but since it's counter hit, it is +3, which means that I have different options out of it. I can run up, probably run up and grab, because I'll be way more plus. Yeah, I'll be one more plus, so that way you can't like press back. Like you cannot press back. It's automatically just jails, so you have to actually guess. So my thing is that knowing some of these things is absolutely amazing, and also it adds different staggers, because some things you can't confirm. Not even you can't confirm, but sometimes it's not as visual as it is when it's a counter hit to confirm some of these moves. But on counter hit, as you can see, like you can see it, the screen shake. You can literally like you can see it whether or not something is actually very reactable. And especially anti-airs and falling in buttons, they had the same thing. The screen would shake, and it's way easier to actually confirm some of these counter hit moves. So if you do want to practice counter hit combos, just go to basic and just turn it on. Now when it comes out to other things that I feel like people should know, if you want to know how much meter you're actually building for your combos, what you want to do is go to the ult meter right here and then change it to normal, and then you would get 2 bars, right? Now I have my assist, like maybe I should just do this so that was a little bit more easier. Okay, boom. So my assist is actually up, but this is on normal bars, which means that I have 2 bars, right? So if I'm doing a normal combo, oh, normal. Yo, what happened to my button? Hello, thank you. Doing a normal combo. This combo gonna be a little bad. You see how much meter you actually get. You get meter gained, and then I don't think they count the limit strike, but the limit strike actually adds on to the meter that you're actually getting. So if you want to learn that, make sure you tap it with that. When it comes to air tagging, it's the same thing as ground tagging. So if you want to lab certain things and people's actually tagging up in the air, they're not tagging up in the air, they're going down, or they're just falling, you know, that's also an option right here. You get up attacks, you'll of course see that. Throw escapes, if you want to practice how plus you are, or just want to figure out how plus you are or negative you are, want to throw, there you go, you're 0. So some people just want to be able to just react like, okay, and what's my option out of it, literally just like that. But there's a lot of mechanics. You also have break being enabled on hit, so that way when you hit somebody, hold on, they would actually break like that. So if I'm doing, I would, hold on, oh, let's see if I can react to it. Boom, just like that. And you actually learn that. Now you able to lab every single option. This, in order to go to the training mode, or when you actually go into the training mode, is to figure out your problems and to excel your growth that's already there. But when it comes to other things that we can't explain, like the defensive lineman playing defense, like what, like we can't stop some of the things. Some of the things in this game you can't stop. You can't stop the random lag. Like some things you can't really lab, but the things that you actually can lab, that you can control, training mode is the best way to do it, because you're able to do a lot of child training mode, honestly. That's pretty much it for the video. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you in the next one, y'all. Peace out.